back to my channel. My name is Rachel. I wanted to speak about a very significant topic today, which is Gimel Tammuz. This is the day that the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, left this physical world. Before I move on and elaborate about this topic, please everyone make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below any topics that you would want me to address. I would really love to hear from you. I do appreciate everyone who watches my videos. It leaves a great impact. Usually when commemorating a day of passing, usually it's accompanied by sadness because we remember the person who we were very connected and close to and is obviously not here amongst us. It's the most normal, human, natural thing to feel sad. But at the same time, he would have wanted from us that we should follow his examples, follow his teachings, spread all sorts and forms of Judaism to other people. This is something that he held very strong onto, and he encouraged his followers to do the same. Keep on spreading light amongst other Jews and non-Jews alike. And this is something that in order to give him Jewish satisfaction, as they refer to as nachas, we should follow his examples and he will be very proud and happy about us. When we do follow in his ways that he set upon us to follow, as Our Rebbe expressed about his father-in-law, the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, he said he lives amongst us. Since we're following his example, he is living amongst us. Even though physically he has left this world. We are spreading his light and we are living a life that he would have wanted us to live. As our Rebbe has always said, just as a person's children are alive, so is the person who previously passed away is alive as well. Since the children are representing the person who has passed on. His spirit is here. He is continuing to give blessing amongst those who follow in his footsteps. And even people who he has never met. Many people take the opportunity to go to his gravesite to ask for a blessing and to be successful in life. I would like to make a personal request that everyone should take upon themselves to do a good deed in his honor, either to light the Shabbat candles on Friday night or to put some charity in the charity box that you have in your home. This is something that he encouraged a lot for people to do. He also said that whoever goes to his gravesite and leaves a letter, he will find a way to answer. So what people do is they take a letter, you write your request, and then you put it in the gravesite. As seen in the photo, there is the gravesite and then a lot of white papers. That is each individual's letter that they actually ask the Rebbe for a blessing. On one side is Our Rebbe gravesite, and next to him is the grave of his father-in-law, the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. There has been countless amount of stories people have gone to the Lubavitcher Rebbe's gravesite. They have left a letter and they received an answer in many different ways and forms, but the Rebbe always answered. Our Rebbe, before he passed from this world, he had requested that many books known as the Igrais Kodesh should be printed out. He wanted to stay close and connected and bonded with his followers and even non-followers alike. This book, the Igrais Kodesh, is answers upon answers that he had physically answered people when he was still physically amongst us. So what people do is they write their letter, they put it in a book of Igrais Kodesh, and the Rebbe answers. The Rebbe always answered. The Rebbe answered many different topics. The Rebbe answered people about guidance. The Rebbe answered people about health. Whatever you wanted to ask from the Rebbe always answered. I want to take this opportunity to point out the fact that just like before Gimel Tammuz, when physically the Rebbe was amongst us, and when his Hasidim would give him a pan, and the Rebbe always has answered. Sometimes right away, sometimes it took time. Sometimes the Rebbe was waiting for the person to make a decision. Various different circumstances. The Rebbe has always answered, and the people has always obeyed the answer. Now, since the Rebbe is not physically amongst us, it's very hard to even bring up the topic that I'm about to discuss, which is speaking about outright disobeying the Rebbe. What do I mean by that? When the Rebbe answers, certain people are not following. Majority of the time we are taught about the Igreis Kodesh from the old Hasidim, who originated from Lubavitch, from Russia, and who knew about the origin of Igreis Kodesh. And they were literally very close connected to our Rebbe. How are you disobeying? The example for people who are not understanding so much what's going on, when we're talking to great people in the community or rabbis, we are faced with, they're not doing it. I'm being as blunt as I can be. So basically, you're not practicing what you're preaching. Following the Rebbe's instructions and following the Rebbe's directives and following the Rebbe's guidance, these Hasidim who were so connected with the Rebbe are not following. When someone who didn't originate from Chabad tells them, you know that you're supposed to follow the Rebbe's answer, this is what the Rebbe answered, automatically it's put on the person who's doing the confrontation. Oh, maybe you didn't understand the Rebbe's answer, perhaps there was a misunderstanding. It's very hard to understand the Rebbe's answer, when insisted that no, the Rebbe said to be sent here. And you perfectly know that that person is stopping that sending. And you said, but the Rebbe said, be sent here. Automatically that person is throwing at you, so you're not a Lubavitcher follower. You are not a Chassid. You're the problem. He's not the problem. This reminds me of a child with a parent. So the child tells the parent, how come whatever you're disciplining to me, you're not following it? So the parent tells the child, okay, I'm going to disown you. I wanted to bring up this topic and raise this awareness because it's just getting so out of hand amongst the close-knit. Do what you want to do without writing. You want the Rebbe to obey your answer, or you want the Rebbe to do what you want from him to do? Or basically, he's supposed to tell you yes all the time? Don't write, just do whatever you want to do. The shame and the embarrassment and the disrespect. He's not your neighbor down the street who just has to tell you yes to whatever you want, and even the neighbor doesn't tell you yes to whatever you want. The whole concept, connection about who a tzaddik is, who our Rebbe is just not there. How come the Baalei Tshuva have the whole connection, his kashrus, bonded with the Rebbe? But when you talk about the old Hasidim who are supposed to have it because they were the original, they don't have it at all. The whole concept of being connected to the Rebbe, the whole battle, the whole that we're supposed to obey what our Rebbe says is out. Why is it so obvious? Because before Gimel Tammuz, the Rebbe was physically here, quote unquote, so the policeman was here, so you're not going to tell the Rebbe, no, I'm not going to do it. But now after Gimel Tammuz and the Rebbe has left us a great gift to still be connected to him and still be bonded with him, you take advantage of that, you abuse that right, you abuse that gift. The Rebbe answers, I don't follow. If the Rebbe doesn't answer, I do what I want. Just do whatever you want to do. Why are you writing? I'm embarrassed. Because at the end of the day, you're doing what you want to do regardless of what the Rebbe is saying. You're not waiting for the Rebbe's answer. At the end of the day, you perfectly know that you're going to do what you anyhow want to do. Why say it? For those who have experienced what I just expressed, that to expect that the older Hasidim should be obeying the Rabban, that they are not, and yet being still strong and still writing into the Rabban and still obeying the Rebbe's instructions, keep doing what you're doing. This is something that the Rebbe intended, to have a connection, to have a bond with his Hasidim. May we keep giving the Rebbe much nachas from us, as he would have wanted that we should give to him. Just remember, the key to success in your life is first believing in yourself. See you in the next one.